I think it's important that I share the reason why I'm making a video about the importance of shadow work, and that's because I'm about to call some bitches out. Oh, I love Poppy. Root beer is my favorite. I know they're in some hot water right now. Don't come at me. Today we're going to be talking about the importance of shadow work. I'm going to be taking a few points from my best-selling book, You Always Know, a 4-step guide for empaths to stop second guessing and trust your intuition. For goodness gracious, stop second guessing yourself. And we're going to talk about the importance of shadow work. There's a lot of buzz out there about shadow work. Shadow work is, in my opinion, the most important part of intuition development. Without shadow work, there is no true integration. There is no ability to truly integrate without shadow work, because literally what is happening as you do shadow work is you are clearing out your energetic vessel. You are clearing that aura, girlfriend, so that you can create space for more light. That is the goal, right? Light is knowledge, light is understanding, light is joy, light is happiness. You are clearing out the shadow so that you can have more space for light. And let me illustrate to you with an example of what shadows actually do. So this example is goggles. I want you to imagine that when you are born into this world, maybe you're an old soul, let's say, if you're watching this. If you're watching this and you feel like you're an old soul, like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because we're just reciprocating. You're reciprocating the energy. I'm giving you energy. I'm creating content for you. You're reciprocating. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful synergy. I'm Ciara Rubin. I am a best-selling spiritual author, a singer, and a psychic empath. When you were born into this life as the old soul that you are, you were wearing maybe a few pairs of goggles. Maybe if you came into this life with some karma, some things to work through, like I said, you're an old soul. Okay, so you did that. And as you started to move through your life as a largely unconscious person, most likely because you were probably raised by mostly unconscious parents. Not everybody's in that boat, but most people are in this generation, if you're a millennial or a zillennial or a Gen Z. And so as you moved through your life and experienced different traumas, different challenges, you started to take on more pairs of goggles. Like I said, maybe you were born wearing 2 or 3 pairs of goggles. By the time you are watching this, or begin your shadow work journey, maybe you're wearing 50 pairs of goggles. Maybe you're wearing 60 pairs of goggles, 100 pairs. I'm not judging you. All I'm saying is it's time to take those goggles off. And that is what shadow work does. Shadows prevent you from seeing clearly. You're trying to look through all these hundreds of pairs of goggles and you can't actually see your reality for what it is. You see it through fear. You see it through the lens of trauma. You see it through the lens of that thing that somebody did or said or didn't do or didn't say. Instead of seeing things for how they really and truly are. Instead of being able to see the light in everyone and in yourself. So when you do shadow work, you begin to remove those pairs of goggles one at a time. You start to remove those pairs of goggles so that you are seeing things clearly. But let's dive into some of the more obvious reasons why shadow work is important. Besides just seeing things clearly, and when you see things clearly, you can manifest them clearly. Let's take that number one. Reason number one for doing shadow work and the importance of it is so that you can manifest from that clear place. I know you have big goals. I know you have big dreams. Don't be shy about it. Don't be silly. Don't try to off play it like, I don't want to be famous. I don't want to make a lot of money. Okay. Right. So you had those big dreams and those big goals, and there's no shame in that, no shade at all. And it's okay to go for those things, but you're not going to get there in a balanced way without burning out, without falling prey to, the fame monster, so to speak, without doing your shadow work, because you're not going to be seeing things clearly. You're going to manifest shadowy opportunities. You're going to manifest situations where you are not safe. And we're talking a lot about that in this video is, are you safe? Are you safe? So reason number two for doing shadow work, the importance of it is so that you can feel truly safe. Shadow work will make you feel safe. It will make you feel like the safest place to be is where you are. And I talk about that in my book, that is the ultimate affirmation. And when I say the safest place to be is where you are, if you are eye rolling either on the outside or on the inside, that means you need some shadow work, girlfriend, because an ultimate goal of shadow work is not only seeing things clearly, but cultivating a true sense of inner safety, because what you believe, you will attract. What you are emanating from your vibration is what you will experience in your reality. And so if you're out there emanating, I'm afraid of being kidnapped. I'm afraid of this. I'm afraid people are gonna steal from me. I can't go anywhere without locking my car because somebody's gonna steal my car. Then you don't feel safe. And it's understandable. You've probably been through a lot of experiences in your life that made you not feel safe, that told you and made you believe that you were not safe. But you need to heal those experiences. You need to choose a new perspective on those experiences and choose to see that those experiences were for your empowerment. Those experiences happened for you, not to you. They happened for you to be able to take a look at those deeper wounds, those deeper shadows, those pairs of goggles, so that you could overcome them and become unstoppable and become truly safe. The safest place to be is where you are. And so if you do not feel safe, if you have experiences in your life, in your reality that confirm that you are not safe, you need shadow work. I can tell you from personal experience, back a long time ago, before I did shadow work, I used to be afraid that people would take advantage of me. And guess what? I'd get scammed. I used to be afraid that I would lose money. And guess what? I'd get an unexpected bill or a parking ticket or some shit like that. Okay, so now I've spent a lot of time cultivating this sense of inner safety. And for the most part, I experienced that in my life. I have an amazing marriage with a man. We're celebrating our 10-year anniversary this year. I have 2 beautiful children who are safe. They are very, very safe. Every time that mama anxiety starts cropping up into my head, Spirit says they are safe. You need to know and believe that they are safe. And the same thing goes for you. What you believe is what you will experience. And I know it's hard, not just because of what you've been through, but also because of the environment and the world that we live in today. There's a lot of scary things happening. There's also some very important things happening. And sometimes in order to awaken, in order to get to a more golden era, we need to move through those chaos periods and move through those challenging periods so that we can come out on the other side of that as somebody who is courageous, who is inspired and inspirational, somebody who's brave, somebody who is strong, because strong people make good times. But you can't become a strong person without a little chaos, without a little trauma, without a little challenge. So that's number 2. Do you feel safe? Shadow work is so important because the more of it that you do, the safer you will feel. If you want me to make a video on how to do shadow work, put it in the description below. And real quick, I think it's important that I share the reason why I'm making a video about the importance of shadow work. And that's because I'm about to call some bitches out, not by name, but so many people avoid shadow work like the plague. They avoid it, they pretend they're doing it, they act like they're doing it, they sit in a corner and journal a few times, they go to a breathwork class, and all of a sudden, they've done their shadow work. No ma'am, it is a lot more involved than that. It is a lot more intentional and taking a look, not just at healing from things that other people have done for you, to you, but also taking a look at yourself and your own dysfunctional behaviors, your own anxious or avoidant attachment style, your own narcissistic traits, your own covertly narcissistic traits, your own dysfunctional behaviors. And most people avoid that. Even spiritual people, even very spiritual people who are prominent in the spiritual industry, who have big podcasts and big shows and this and that, even many of them are avoiding real shadow work. So we need to stop that. We need to stop doing spiritual and start being spiritual. Actually doing the shadow work, making growth and personal development a lifestyle and not just something that we do in special certain containers, not just something that we do when we feel like it and we feel it creeping up, but something that we stay ahead of, something that we are in a constant process of evolving and integrating. Just like you as a woman go through a menstrual cycle, a 28-day cycle, every single month, every single cycle, that is an opportunity for you to go into your shadow during your luteal and menstrual phase. That is an opportunity for you to take a look at the themes that have come up over the previous cycle, to take a look at not only the things that other people were doing, but the things that you did that contributed to those things manifesting in your life. I know it's not cute. I know it's not popular. I know it's not crystals and tarot cards and all sorts of cute astrology girl things when we talk about shadow work. Self-discovery is amazing and it will only get you to a certain point. So past that point, it's time to do shadow work. It's time to take those pairs of goggles off, girlfriend. Because I'm telling you right now, you, if you are watching this, are on a path of purpose-led fulfillment. What does that mean? That means if you are watching this channel, if you watch videos like this, if you consider yourself to be a spiritual person, a light worker, spiritually curious, intuitive, you're on a purpose-led path. So that means that the more shadow work you do, the more successful you will be. If you are wondering why you have been at it for so long, but things don't seem to be happening for you, that's because you're not actually doing the shadow work. That's because you're maybe doing somebody's manufactured hack step, this, that, to shadow work that is not actually removing those pairs of goggles. I cannot tell you how many people, how many clients I have had come to me say, you know, I've really done a lot of personal development work, Ciara, but it wasn't until I worked with you that I actually dealt with some shit. Yes. Yes. And people avoid working with me like sometimes too, and I get the sense. Somebody will say, wow, yeah, I really want to work with you. And I'll say, okay, how about next week? And then they want me to circle back in a month. And then I circle back in a month. And then they want me to circle back in another month. And that's okay. Okay, that's okay. Not everybody needs to work with me, particularly. I am not for everybody. People are avoiding shadow work. You cannot avoid looking at yourself in the mirror and taking radical personal responsibility for the things that you have manifested, co-created in your life, or agreed to on a soul contract level before you came into this life. You need to be willing to take a look at those things with compassion. It's hard as fuck for me to take a look at those things about myself, the things that I don't like about myself, the dysfunctional behaviors, the anxious attachment style, narcissistic traits. That's not fun. It's not cute. But it is what gets me to that next level every single time. It is what makes it so I stop repeating mistakes and patterns and challenges and heartbreaks again and again. So when you're finally a little bit acquainted with your spiritual lifestyle, you're past the point of feeling cute, being cute with your moon and stars, and you're ready to actually do the work so that you can actually become the fullest expression and fully realized as a human being to illustrate what's possible for other people and make an impact on their lives. Come on, girl. Let's do it. It's time. It is time for shadow work, bitch. Okay, so that was my rant. That was my tough love rant on people avoiding shadow work. So me feeling the need to make a video about the importance of shadow work. Like this video, subscribe to my channel. Let's do the thing. Let's walk together. And if you want me to make a video about how to do shadow work or breaking down the different types of shadow work that you can dive into, comment below. I would be happy to do that. So when you are ready to start your journey with me, take the Intuition Identity Quiz. I created this quiz. It will give you the exact identity of your intuition, what language your intuition is speaking to you, and that will make everything crystal clear, amazing, amazing. So then you can take that language, learn how to speak it a little bit better so that you can hear the voice of your higher self clearly, so that you can feel the essence, the messages, the downloads of your higher self, of your spirit guides with clarity, okay? And you will get that for free. For free! Are you kidding me? Link in the description below this video. If you are an empath, you will love these 2 videos right here, and subscribe to my channel. I love you today and every day, and I will talk to you soon, girl.